We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about Bitcoin. The weekly close is in, and it's about 80,500. That's where the last weekly candle closed, and we are green since then already on this Monday morning. And there are a couple of things to talk about, especially whether retail is already aware, whether they are already in, how the sentiment is overall regarding that, where we are in the cycle and so on. And I think there is some news coverage that gives a glimpse into that. Also, there are a lot of shorts and longs at the same time that got wrecked by a big market play yesterday. So we are going to look at that as well. And then, of course, we're going to look at OMI and VeVe as always. Make sure to stay all the way through. So, good morning to each and every one of you. It's not even, I think it's 8 hours ago or so that we ended our last stream, or even less, I don't know. But I think there is enough to talk about, to get excited about. So guys, if you're here, smash up the like button right now for this live stream. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet with notifications on. And let's give a quick thanks to all the rare hodlers for supporting this channel, sponsoring TradingView and so on. If you want to become a rare hodler, it's enough to subscribe to the channel and then become a channel member. You will find the channel perks there. Also, if you're not in the Telegram group yet, let me know. Yesterday we had a really good altcoin stream, so let's jump right into what is happening here, into the crypto action. And what we are seeing is clear breakout. The sky is the limit. We are in price discovery, and we are we're printing new all-time highs almost every day now. This is the new week. We have been almost hitting 82,000 tonight. So if we're looking at this candle, at least, or it depends on which chart you're looking at, because if you're looking at Bitstamp, I think, was it hit here? Also not, but it's slightly different depending on which chart you're looking at. So looking at the hourly, you see what I mean, or what I meant in the intro, by, let's just move the camera a little bit, by shorts and longs being liquidated like hell. We see this here, how this price came suddenly, quickly down sub 80,000 and then came all the way back up. That led to massive liquidations. Look at that. So here we have, in the 24-hour rect section, look at this side here, 650 million, and you see that, you don't see, because that's like literally, where do we go? Here. You see that longs is 364 million longs and 285 million in shorts. So both almost equal, liquidated. And these games, they're happening also on a smaller scale. but that is why we have the big price fluctuations. Pro Legendary says, wow, another live, was just watching the live from 9 hours ago. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake, but there we go. Also, Da Closer says, good evening, Sui is following Solana move in 2021. Yeah, both really great. Solana and Sui, both really moving great. But that is happening in the price right now. And don't worry, Pro Legendary, you can watch the other stream as well, because there's two completely different topics here, in at least partially. I mean, in the end it's crypto, in the end it's where are we going, in the end it's where can we take profits and so on. But yeah, if we're looking at the weekly, and so these small lines we can get rid of this. Those are from hourly TA. We don't really need all of that anymore, right? But the macro picture is fairly clear, right? We hit our breakout target, the conservative one. Now we're headed to the other targets of 100K. Next is 100K. And this could be still happening this year. I'm pretty confident that it would, because now that we are in price discovery, obviously we are going to have pullbacks. Maybe there will be another green candle, then a red candle or so. We don't know, right? The all-time high is here, 82K or so. Alex is also here. We are here for it. Go figure. Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of indicators, right? So let's quickly look at the RSI on the monthly. Oh, there we go. Somehow the indicators were not displayed. But now that we are pumping so heavy, let's look quickly at the indicators. Actually, one thing on the weekly before we go to the monthly. Weekly TSI, right? We have been talking about this, and ignore the white line, it's from the monthly. But we have been talking about this. The TSI has flipped bullish, right? And this is here. This is the bull cross, right? So it indicates taking a trade to the upside, a long, right? Bullish cross. And the last time this happened, it was over 150% move. Now, since this bull cross happened here, we are up 20%. So there's still a lot to come, in my opinion. And even from here, even if we take this low point here or something like that, like the lower wick, we would still end up close to 140K if we would pump only 100% on this TSI bull cross. At the same time, we see that we have had a little bit earlier a cross on the MACD bullish, and the RSI doesn't show any signs of oversold just yet. We are below 70. So we are good to go for a longer extension of the move on the weekly. On the monthly, we see that we are, and by the way, let's just get rid of the shit. Not rid, but let's just get let me one second. I just want to get rid of these predictions for now. We need somewhere a prediction box or so, but this needs to go further away. This is all the negative predictions here. So predictions of someone else, right? Okay, so there we go. Now we can focus on this. So on the monthly, we are broadening on the TSI, right? We see it here. We're following this trajectory. So this, if we are following this trajectory and have this massive run up, we would already top out in the end of January, beginning of February 2025. If we would pump like that. But that would also mean that the entire November, December and January, we would pump like we did in the last days, right? Until we hit this top line, and then we will see, right? Then we will see what is going to happen. The same goes for the MACD. So for the MACD, also we see a broadening of the two lines, which happened in the previous cycle, happened also from the pump, like broadening of the two lines. So we would go something like that, and then you would go like this, and then you hit your head and you come down, right? So, and if that was similar to this year, we would also have April 2025, right? So we are absolutely in pump territory. And even for the RSI, you guys remember that we have observed this downtrend and the breach of the downtrend. For the RSI, we did overshoot a little bit. We didn't see something like this. Usually you have a blip here, go back, and then you go full send. But here in this 2016 cycle, where we are more similar to, we have the same situation, only that we didn't retrace that deep in the RSI. But you have this first peak, you come back, and then you have a big RSI that goes to 90 something, like 91 at least, or something like that, right? So we're not there yet. So the RSI projection also, if we were to top out somewhere in January, February, March, should be closer to the 90, right? For us to say we are topping out, right? Here we had in the previous cycle, on the left you see it, we had 91.74, so let's just assume we are only going to 90 this time, as we have a little bit of a diminishing history, so then we can assume that we are going somewhere there. So we are not there yet. This is the monthly. We're waiting the monthly close. Monthly close above 80k would be extremely bullish, in my opinion. Motili, good morning. What's going on? Motili, you did catch the last live stream as well, so you only got at maximum 7 hours sleep as well. Guys, make sure to smash up the like button for what is going on here. And I know that retail is going to come in fairly soon. So let's talk about this. So this is the world, the Bitcoin holders world today. Green everywhere. Screen is exploding. People can't sleep. That's what's happening. And also the masses, they're coming for the price that they want, right? They are coming for what they want. They didn't like Bitcoin. Here Bitcoin was not interesting, was a scam. Now they are in line to buy the 80k Bitcoin, right? And that's not even wrong, right? I mean, if they are like, oh yeah, I was a little bit too late, but let's buy now $8,000, 0.1 Bitcoin, and in many years I will be happy, even though it goes lower on in the next bear market than 80k, maybe, right? That could be it. So, do we find any clues of the masses coming in? And we do, because now Bitcoin makes the headlines in the news. So here, over 2.8 billion bet on Bitcoin topping $90,000 as it hits all-time high. So these headlines are popping up. So when I saw this, I was like, wait a minute. I mean, Bitcoin sometimes was in the headlines on CNBC, so CNBC is not where the mainstream gets their feed. So I was like, okay, let's throw in Bitcoin in Google and see what happens. Okay, so BBC has Bitcoin tops record 80,000 as Trump nears sweep of US Congress. Then over 2.8 billion bet, that's what we just saw, right? Then Forbes, huge things coming. Bitcoin suddenly explodes. It's like, I mean, it was looming since 1.5 years, but nothing suddenly about this. As secret nation state adopts mystery rumors, fuel a crypto price boom. So if you didn't see that one, there is apparently a nation state that suddenly went to the 5th largest Bitcoin holding. So that is definitely fueling the news. I mean, I don't know if Forbes has any additional news. We will look at it. So, Juni Haryadi, welcome to the fam also. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Then Bitcoin hits record high as Republicans edge closer to full control of Congress, is on Financial Times. So these are all more or less financial news, right? So, but then also Dow Jones futures, Bitcoin tops 81,000 in Trump rally, Nvidia leads 5 stocks, blah, blah, blah. CNN, Bitcoin hits 80,000, why Trump is boosting crypto. So they're trying to now link crypto directly with Trump, as crypto holders were in favor of Trump because of the regulation stuff and so on, because he was positively on crypto. Now they're trying to make something out of it, like Bitcoin and then Trump, right? We see that in many headlines. Halfway through the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. So, and then also I was like, okay, German news, but in German news even, so we see it here, for example, also the link between this and crypto. Bitcoin is I will translate for you guys. Bitcoin, the first time above $80,000 or worth $. And then look at that. This is the Mirror, Spiegel, and this is Süddeutsche, like Southern German news, right? Look, it's the same headline. Bitcoin first time more than $80,000 worth. It's like literally same headline. There's not even that. There's only this is the only difference in the headline. But yes, everyone's writing their own news. Then the time, like Zeit, cryptocurrencies or cryptocurrency. Bitcoin reaches first time more than $80,000, so slightly different here. And then after Trump's election win, Bitcoin first time over $80,000. This is the German news pack, right? So there you go. I mean, to each their own, right? If you want to read that. That stuff, yeah. But that's it. That's where these things. By the way, like Forbes obviously is having this band, which is good, because if all the mainstream guys, they're looking into this sudden boom and so on, they will see top 10 crypto, XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, and so on. So all the big ones, and massively in the green, so they will maybe get the FOMO. Let's see here. So let's see about this nation state, what Forbes has to say. Let's see. Now, as the Federal Reserve and China feed into a perfect storm for the Bitcoin price, rumors are swirling that a country has been quietly buying up Bitcoin. So that is obviously rumors. Let's see if there's any more content. There is at least one nation state that has been actively acquiring Bitcoin. It's now top 5 holder. David Bailey, the chief executive of Bitcoin Magazine, published Bitcoin Inc. and advisor to the Trump election campaign on Bitcoin strategy, posted on X. Hopefully we hear from them soon. So the top 5 countries is the US with 200k Bitcoin, China 200k, UK with 61, Ukraine with 50,000, and then some secret country apparently on place 5 now, and then also Bhutan and El Salvador. Most of the Bitcoin held by countries is via seizure from criminals, while Ukraine's Bitcoin mostly comes from donations following the 2022 invasion of Russia. Rumors and speculation that countries are buying up Bitcoin have been swirling for years, fueled by El Salvador's adoption of Bitcoin. Okay, so nothing new, only the stupid journalist like repeating every paragraph twice. I know that for SEO and so on, it's important, otherwise no one reads your article, but articles became unreadable because you read everything twice, or 3 times even, like the headline, then a repeater, and then it comes again, right? Fuck that. Anyways. I think there's nothing more in this article, to be honest. So let's look at what retail is really doing, and that is coming in hard, right? I refreshed this morning. Yesterday we were at 41. Today we're at 51. So retail woke up this morning, like with a coffee in hand, looking up like what's new in the world. It's like, what? 80k Bitcoin? And then they were like looking up for Bitcoin, what happened Bitcoin? And then they are like, oh, this Trump guy, he's pushing Bitcoin about 80k. Okay, so that's probably what's happening. Also, in other news, El Salvador, where is it? El Salvador is, let's see how my Bitcoin is doing. I'm going to buy Guatemala. This could happen in near future, that some state is just so rich suddenly that they're just buying their neighbor. So it's a new form of expansion. You don't need war anymore. You just offer them some Bitcoin, or to come into come home to the Bitcoin kingdom, something like that, right? But jokes aside, I mean, it's just crazy how this strategy is playing out, because I mean, like, if you're a citizen in El Salvador, and your country bought the dip for like 2 years against all the media, all the coverage and whatnot, and then suddenly you show your balance sheet and you show like you have a country wealth growth that is driven by the money printing of other states, that's pretty crazy. So they can now technically pay back the IMF and just live off of Bitcoin for the rest of their lives. I don't know. This is crazy. Back to the Bitcoin cycle though, what's happening now? So we basically had the September, October rally start, breakout, retest, whatever. This is done. Usually in the next years, what is coming, also we saw last year in our pre-bull, this breakout phase, there is a continued rally, right? Last cycle to the top, even though I don't like the comparisons to last cycle that much, but in this case, valid. This November could still turn out to be extreme, right? Extremely bullish. I think it's only the start of what is happening. Then there might be some kind of a pullback at some point, maybe after this November, December. This is like many months, like you see it, this 2 months, this 2 months. So let's see what Stock Money Lizards puts here out as playbook. So looking at this phase in the past bull markets, a pattern emerges. 1, an accumulation and pre-pump initial phase, followed by 3 to 4 months of steady gains, green box, consolidation on the final pump after some pause, a final surge, blue box sets in, and then you have the bear market, right? Or at least like you're stopping this pattern. So for this cycle, here's our outlook. Pump to January 2025, target 100K, followed by a period of consolidation. Spring pump, a rise to 130 to 150K before summer. Summer pause, historically quiet, likely followed by a correction, final surge to 200K, very likely then into like the autumn of 2025. Now, will it play out like that? We can't say for sure, but that's why we're following our indicators, right? But we can keep in mind that this could be something like this playbook. What is relatively guaranteed is that we are getting very, very green November and December, right? So Pump Vember and Bull Sember, they might be coming in. Also, a lot of rare hodlers here. GM fellow spaceship crew, Green Lantern, always coming with the motivational speech now. Coffee rockets flying left and right. Good to see you. Need more likes though. That is correct. Smash up the like button, please, for this live stream if you enjoy this as well. Felipe, also here. Good morning. Good to see you as well. I hope your trades, like, if your girlfriend, your fiance, is trading like she did yesterday, then just give her all your money and let her trade. You have a real gem at hand. Can you talk a little bit about Casper? Casper, right? I can. I think I can in 2 seconds. Also, Trucking Hank here. Good morning. Not missing any stream. Like, Trucking Hank is. I don't know, man. Do you ever sleep or so? Because I think in Canada it's different times, right? What is it like? Is it in the evening? So that my last stream was for you in the morning and then also in the evening. Just a quick look. MicroStrategy has stopped buying, it seems, at least for now. I don't know what they're doing, like raising more money or getting listed on stock exchange or something like that, but this is the longest time that they didn't buy. They bought everything everywhere and now they're buying. But Michael Saylor said to buy the top forever. So probably at some point into maybe into retest or so, the next MicroStrategy purchase will come in. Oh yeah, I work nights. Oh yeah, I completely forgot you're like trucking Hank. He's really trucking, and so he has a lot of time to watch crypto videos, or at least like to listen to them. I think you're not watching them, obviously, but listening to them. Also, this one here, we're realigning with the power of law. We're almost there. I think it's sitting at 90K. So here's the power of law interactive curve. You can get this from charts bitbo.io long-term power law, right? So that's a link. If you go on exactly where we are right now at the 81K, let's see, 81K. Where is it? There? So the linear regression fit in itself, like where we always go to and then breach into the last phase, is already at 98,500, right? So I think that the 100K this cycle is guaranteed. The upper band, if we were to behave like 2016 cycle, the upper band is at 372,000 right now, and if we would go mid of the year, the upper band is beyond 400K, right? Linear regression would then be already 118K. So I think if we would overshoot linear regression during the next year, then we would definitely be beyond 120K. Okay, so very, very likely we're also going to include this. And one thing that is also crucial here is, let's say we're dropping into a bear market in 26 to 27. Our bear market bottom band is at 50K then already, like in the beginning of 26. So very likely we are never going to go lower than 60 to 55K, right? If our bear market bottom hits in 27. Very, very likely, according to power of law, we're never going to go lower than that. But we could go, after whatever we are hitting, we could go as low as 60K. So obviously then the only function that is necessary, or the only thing that is necessary from now on, if that is true that we could go as low as 60K again, which is possible, right? I mean, going a little bit lower than previous all-time high, which was 69K, so 65K, or I don't know, like go to 70K, go to 65K to go to 60K is within the realm of possibility. As we have been hitting this band to the exact T here already in this bear market, and also we have been hovering around this band in the previous bears as well. Here we have been hitting it. Here we have not quite reached it in the absolute trough, but somewhere thereabout, which means now piling on massive cash and then in 2 years go massively into Bitcoin. That would be the deal. Jasper Frank, we gonna be rich. Absolutely, absolutely. This is going to happen. I mean, and don't sweat it. I would say don't sweat it. Like, look for altcoins, take your profits, right? Also look for Bitcoin, Ethereum, take your profits. Not financial advice in any case, but take profits along the way, because you know that everything will come crashing down once again, and then the whole story starts again. Don't buy into the rumors of super cycles. Don't buy into the rumor of this is the last cycle ever, blah, 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 right? Maybe the retracement will not be as hard. But for now, looking at history, it has always been playing out like this, right? So the only thing that matters now is that you are piling on as much cash as possible in this bull run until the mid of next year, to then sit on that cash, or I don't know, have it appreciate a little, farm dividends in ETFs or whatever, and then sit on it until the next crypto bear market. And then against all the FUD, because you're already experienced with all the FUD and so on, buying crazily into the bottom and not let yourself fat out of what's happening. At least that is what I am going to do. So that is the action plan, because these swings, they are going to happen more and more and more. I mean, you see, like 2030, the upper band. Let's move this even more to the side. 2030, the upper band is 1.15 million. Okay, and the bear market bottom is 130k. So in between, though, there are swings, and these swings need to be at least with part of the portfolio. They need to be traded, right? So that is the action plan, and we don't know. Obviously, if we get some hyperinflation, then we will just run out of this band here, out of this power of law. But as long as everything is as it is right now, like contraction, expansion, global liquidity, and so on, it will be as it is. So let's see. Peanut is pumping. What is happening? What? Oh my god. So whoever is on this here, the AI prophecy is up 16x, Peanut 7x right now. Let's check out the top 100 right now. Crow 100% move. Like doubled. Whoever had Crow doubled their money. Nero almost doubled their money. ADA 71% is the weekly performance. Polygon 33%, Avi 41%. So yeah, a lot is happening in alts. Then top 200, as we said, Drift 3x, Peanut. Okay, so it's gone. Did it just go to top 100, or did it drop? No, it dropped to the. Did it get rug pulled? No, it's here. Oh my god. Okay, so top 300, Doge 344%, based AI 108. But look at this. Act 16x, X Empire 12x. I don't know, man. Is that what Felipe said yesterday? His girlfriend bought? Crazy. Nevo says, every day I'm saying, why didn't sold my OMI? I know it will happen, and yet, I don't know. With regards to actually, let's look at a little bit more at the altcoin pumps here. Top 300 to 400. I mean, you know that all your altcoins will do well if you see this, the fart coin at giving you the 4x. It also means that you really don't have to care so much about fundamentals. But other than that, also Snake, RBTC, NMT, Spell, Telcoin, everything is pumping left and right now. And many of these are meme coins, right? So, and these are recovery pumps after getting wrecked in many coins. So there's much more to come, right? Also, Wilder World 40%, Bobo 83, Wolf, Neural, Zeus 163, Loose 172. I don't know. It's like 100% left and right. Cork Ino 35%. So there are some serious pumps going on in the world at the moment. So let's take a quick look. Someone asked for Casper, so I really want to do that. So I had here, this is the MK chart, by the way. So Metacade still massively in the green at 1.7 cents. All-time high is at 3 cents, as it seems. No, not true. All-time high is at 5 cents. So that would be still 2.5x or so. But let's look at Casper, CAS USDT. Let's look at Casper. Okay, let's pull out the weekly chart first. I mean, it has massive support here. Casper, massive support. I think there could be. If that was a wave 1 all the way here, your retracement is hopefully complete now, so that you can go into a wave 3, right? So that would be it. Let's draw this in. So let's say this is your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, something like that, right? I don't know. It doesn't have to go to that price target, but as long as you're not losing the support, you're good to go for Casper. Ultimately, you need to come out of this zone, right? Yeah, that's it for Casper. Mewtwo, what is going on? Good morning. Mewtwo used to be a rare hodler, is not anymore. But it's still good to see you. Don't sweat it. It's all fine. Yeah, so some altcoins, they're just doing extremely well. Like Metacade, I think Casper will do well, but Casper's already pretty big. Jasper said, did you see Foster on Randy's channel? Should we believe him? They are still building. I mean, this also Ben Rose. We are coming to let's come to the Ecomi stuff, right? I think this is a good question for the Ecomi stuff. So, should we believe him? They are still building. I think we should believe that they're building something. The question is, what exactly? Like, can it impact the price, right? We don't know anything. And how can you take a fundamental investment decision if you don't know what is being built, right? So if you have, okay, so everyone can understand the drop in price if you say you abandon your initial plan, right? So then the question mark is, what exactly are you investing in, right? What exactly are we buying here? Are we buying something that gives some extra MCP and some bronze tickets? Are we buying something that gets massively burned out of the circulation, right? Are we buying something that is like technically not necessary, right? I mean, how is it necessary? We saw yesterday people were using a lot of MCP on the drop. So could you burn OMI to get extra MCP, but is there really a scarcity for MCP, right? So you need new users, and then you're back to Ben Rose saying we are focused on building VeVe so that there are new users, which would make sense, right? But I didn't see Foster on Randy's channel in the first place, so I don't know what he exactly said, but I should look at it and see. I mean, I had a little bit back and forth with Foster as well, because Ben Rose said that Ben Rose said in the interview with Will Goes Matter that he is not focused on Ecomi because the priority is on VeVe. And I was raising the question also in my last video, then who is focused, like who, because I said, okay, if you're not prioritizing Ecomi, you will probably lose miss the bull run. I'm going to say this here right now because I'm still convinced you're missing the bull run if you're not focusing on the token. So then Foster said, okay, but Ben Rose is hired as a VeVe CEO. His priority is not Ecomi. Okay, fine. Then first of all, why comment? And secondly, which CEO is focused on Ecomi, right? Because Dan is focused on technological stuff and the VeVeverse. David is focused on the licensing and probably David, like, I know that David is very good at what he's doing there, right? So he should be focused on this. Ben is overall CEO of VeVe, but then there's no CEO of OMI. Even though that some people say David is the CEO of Ecomi, there's no CEO that is responsible for Ecomi. You have a community manager, that's it. You have a rogue blockchain team where no one knows what it is, and then you have a secondary, like, not linked to Ecomi, you have a stacker, right? That is building, and that's fine. Dr. Profit is doing a very good job with stacker, but you don't have anyone that is responsible for the token. There's no one that has written on it, I am the one that is building out the tokenomics that look like this for this next period in time, right? And that is what bothers me, right? Bullet Slurp says, I don't even look at my OMI. I already know it's low. Yeah, exactly, Alex. Then who? Foster talks about that. Okay, so I should look at it. Do you think the answer is satisfying for you as an Ecomi holder? That is the question that you have to ask yourself. Is what I'm hearing satisfying? And what I also would like to know is who the heck is selling still? Like, where is the sell pressure coming from? Like, there must be some whale wallet, right? Alex says they always come back to regulation as being the largest hurdle, and I'm calling that's fine to respond like that, but that also means the moment that you have regulation, you have to already have all your tokenomics ready to implement and launch. You cannot say, oh, regulation is there, now we know what to build, right? No, you can already estimate what probably is possible, what not, and have that built out. But I can already guarantee you the excuse will be, oh, now that we got regulatory clarity, we're going to think about what we're building. Now we know what we're building, right? G-Money says, didn't David say recently that his personal focus in the short term was the token? Yes. David said that in Q1 2024. He also said it personally to me in Auxier that this year, Ecomi is the focus. And I mean, we have seen, let's be fair, we have seen the Maxi listing, we have seen the BitGet listing, BitGet, Maxi, and something else, like 2 to 3 listings we have seen. But that's it, like that was in the beginning. And then we have seen, I think, the bronze tickets where you can't do anything with. And I'm trying to, so the rest is Stacker. So you can't really say that whatever Stacker's building, it's, I mean, David gave permission to do that, but whatever Stacker's building is not VeVe and Ecomi that is building it, right? So it all looks like there's no real plan, right? And that's ultimately why I say, since I saw that, since I see that this blockchain team that has been supposedly hired doesn't do anything, or at least nothing visible, I say I don't have a reason to buy this, right? And so many people probably say I don't have a reason to buy this. Yeah. Jasper says, I believe lots going on behind the scenes, I hope. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Bullet Syrup says, do you think personally OMI will miss this run? If my assumption is correct that there is nothing done and behind it, and there are no tokenomics ready for beginning of next year, then yes, I think then Ecomi will miss the bull run. I mean, that doesn't mean that Ecomi cannot pump a little bit, right? But every attempt that is happening gets sold off. You see this, right? Here. Every time Ecomi tries to push higher, someone is selling hundreds of millions into the demand that is still there, which ultimately leads to exhaustion also on the buyer side, because why would you buy something that goes lower all the time? Nivo says, let's say it loud, they don't know they are making money on VeVe, why they need to complete things with crypto. I tell you why, and I tell you why they need to. And I think I'm not sure if they ever got this, but the reason that people found VeVe in the last run, and almost everyone that is still around found VeVe, is through the Ecomi token. Because the Ecomi token has been on partner banner on, for example, Cryptos R Us, right? Cryptos R Us talked bullishly about Ecomi. I also saw this, first time that I saw the name Ecomi was on Cryptos R Us. But then I came to VeVe because my cousin was already on it. But my cousin also found it on through Ecomi, right? So there was a certain momentum going with Ecomi token pump that brought in people from the crypto space into VeVe. And believe it or not, I mean, many people say that the crypto audience is bad for VeVe, but I would say the crypto audience is the only reason why VeVe is as successful as it is, because with the Ecomi price and with the Ecomi token, they brought many people in that are degenerate gamblers and that were willing to spend thousands and tens of thousands and even sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars on the collectibles because of betting on the future being in VeVe. And it's still the case. I mean, if you're looking at the sales here, like on Stacker, so for example here, like yesterday, like Ghostbuster logo, $1,000, partner statue, $1,000, then day before, Spider-Man Ultimate Animated, let's refresh here. Yeah, there's also here another sale, partner statue today, 1.1k. Like, people are willing to spend this, but I bet these are all crypto audience, right? So now neglecting the token basically doesn't only mean that you're missing the bull run on OMI. It also means that you're going to miss the bull run on VeVe. So you will miss the potential that is what's possible on VeVe. That is what you're probably going to miss if you don't make this number fly, if you don't make this number go up, right? So yeah, there's, I don't know. That's my opinion, and certainly there are other opinions out there that believe that this is not the case. But I think the way to mass adoption on VeVe is to get this token right and integrate it. I personally can live without the token if they make it right with VeVe and so on. I can personally live without that because I didn't ape that hard into the OMI token, right? But I want to see it just already for the people that hold a token here. I know that you guys, some of you guys, have massive bags. And I think that is due to what they have been promising over the last years, right? So there was an investment proposition for the token that was clearly made. And all the tokenomics got basically not executed that were promised. So let's see here the comments. Because half of the reason that anyone discovered VeVe was because of OMI. Exactly, Alex. Pro Legendary says, imagine Randy dumping all his OMI at this price level. That would be a massive loss. I think Randy must be minus 93% or something like that. G-Money says, do we know how much OMI is still locked on Bitfinex? You mean Bitforex? Yeah, Bitforex. Oh yeah, you wrote that yourself. Yeah, Bitforex. 20 billion or so? 20 billion is the Bitforex wallet. Energy says, yeah, whatever. Then I will wait for the next run. Let's see what happens. Well, if they don't develop anything on OMI this run, why would they do it next run? Nevo said they changed everything and the burns was the most bullish thing in crypto. Yeah. Deflationary token will be a narrative again. And again, they don't have to do it right away. They just have to announce a roadmap and say, look, regulation looks like this. Now we can do this. We will execute. It's enough for pumping, right? Don't even know what catalyst can pump OMI. I think that exactly that. A new roadmap, deflationary, and OMI as a payment method to VeVe on official terms. Like, you need that. I think that thing with Stacker Marketplace is all fine and well, but you kind of need it in the app. Like, if it's possible from a regulatory standpoint, you need to implement exactly that, OMI as a payment method in the app, right? Trucking Hank says, I believe their timing will be perfect. So then let's hope that's true. Energy says, I will not sell only because other moon boys are crying. That's fine. And no one told you to sell. It would be, this is the thing. Me criticizing Ecomi and VeVe, in my opinion, is for the greater good, in the sense that I think that they need to hear this. Because if everyone is fine with that, they don't, I don't know. I mean, I don't overestimate my own influence in that sense, but I still think that they are from time to time looking at what we are saying. They're from time to time listening to what we're saying, right? So I think it's necessary that they're hearing that there's importance and that actually many people in VeVe are interested in the performance of the Ecomi token. So this needs to happen, right? And I think one good step could be that David and Dan and some others like take half of what they have and burn it, right? Let's see. Guy Thompson says, why would you hold OMI, cut your losses, buy coins like MCAD that have teams that actually do something, still not one US exchange after all this time? It's ridiculous. This is something that could also be, I mean, you're saying it here, Guy Thompson. I think you don't have to sell if you actually believe in what's going on, that something good is coming with Ecomi. I mean, everyone takes their own decisions, right? I mean, you sold, that's fine, but let others hold also if they want to, right? There's no reason. You don't need the others to sell as well, right? Let's be honest. You don't. If you sold and cut your losses and you moved on to a token like MCAD, you don't need the others to sell their token. Vice versa, if you hold OMI and you're bullish on it, you don't need the others to buy Ecomi. You don't need others here on the chat to buy Ecomi, right? It's worth discussing it and what is happening, what's the best strategy, but that's about it. Like, you don't have to have the others move like you do, other than you're insecure with your own decision, right? That's the thing. Like, for example, I have 4 point something million OMI. I will hold and wait and see. I'm not adding to it. I don't need someone else to also hold the buys, right? If someone else is buying, I'm like, okay, congratulations to your conviction, right? Yeah, we will see how it's turning out. Yeah, exactly, and that's also something like there are things, there are projects, coins, whatever, where you just have to move on at some point. And I'm not saying move on from like never coming back to this channel. It's more like, if you're not invested anymore, the question is, why would you follow it so closely, right? Unless you're insecure about whether it was the right decision to cut your losses and sell, and if there's if there's something coming and you want to confirm your own thing. So I think the discussion in general about what's good, what's not good is worth leading. Which is why I'm discussing it here. But yeah, instead of focusing on creating utilities for OMI, they now focus on VeVeverse. What can you even do in VeVeverse? Walk around and chat. Everyone will come bored after 1 week of using it. Maybe. I mean, I think they're doing it right in the VeVeverse, that you can use it as like a show, like an extensive showroom, but it really needs to be good. Like, it needs to be really, really good, right? And if you can use Ecomi in VeVeverse, that's also fine. Like, you can access the shop, use Ecomi directly to purchase the items from the shop that you need in your room, but that will not be a game changer, in my opinion. That will also not lead to mass adoption. It will give the people that are in the app something new to play, which is why I think that the focus needs to be, let's say Gary Gensler is gone end of year. I think he already said, or they're already saying he's resigning, and then a crypto-friendly guy is taking over the SEC. At that point, you will maybe take a couple of months until there will be a new regulatory framework proposal that allows you to be more like that. Altcoins are not going to be pursued for the ICOs and so on, blah, blah. Then you have to have exchange listings in the US. I mean, then there is no excuse. And if it doesn't happen, then you can still cut your losses, right? Let's see. Let's be honest. We have thousands gaming tokens which will hit. Who knows? I mean, that's not the also not the point. There are. Why is that a discussion of one against the other? I mean, VeVe had the biggest, like one of the biggest fundamentals with the old roadmap. If Ecomi can go back to the old roadmap, it would be extremely bullish, right? Check out Randy's recent live with Alfred Kahn. It was pretty interesting. I saw a part of it. I didn't find, at least what I saw, I didn't find it too interesting. It was a lot of chat about, I don't know, like random chat. But I saw a part of it. Maybe I have to watch the rest. Waiting for MicroStrategy pre-market should be massive. Yeah. Guy Thompson says, how ill-informed are you? MK gonna be in the billions. Watch and learn. Not a fudder, just stating facts. I didn't cut losses. Was buying OMI at quadruple 05 in 2020. Well, then congratulations. But you're still advising people to sell their bag right now. So that's somewhat of... anyways. Pro Legendary says they will... and by the way, I'm bullish on MK8, right? As you guys know, I have MK8. I'm bullish on it, so... I think it will do well. I mean, it's doing well already, but it will do way better than it did. If a token shows that type of strength, usually it's going to do well in the bull market. Also, it's the first cycle for MK8. Pro Legendary says they will compare VeVeverse to GTA next year. Okay. Bullet Slurp says if they can do VeVeverse like VR chat, it would be good. Yeah, I think what would be good is like if you can enjoy and do something with VeVe collectibles together. In like watch parties, right? You can build something together, you can hang out, you can, I don't know. Also, if there's some gamification, hopefully something with the Marvel Mighties maybe, that would be good. But we will see what the real capabilities are. We have seen a walkthrough. I think they're still working on this first iteration, and then they are going to bring it out. Probably there will be a lot of FUD about it, because you remember the first plan for VeVeverse was to have land sales like in the old metaverses. I think it's good that they pivoted away from this, as we see that all these other metaverses are pretty much dead, like Sandbox, like Decentraland and so on. They look like shit and they are dead. Pro Legendary says, unless they create mini games inside the VeVeverse that uses Marvel Mighties. Yeah, exactly. You had the same thought here. I think it would be good. And you remember when I showed the screenshot that you can have an AI tool linked to it. So I think they will do it in the correct way. They will do it like you are building stuff in the metaverse, right? So that also might be where these areas that were proposed, like a Marvel area and a designer area like Ron English and so on, they will get their own free space and they can build. Maybe that's also why they're getting like 10 of one collectible, right? So that they can build their own stuff in the VeVeverse, and then you can visit that and do something there. I mean, that would be the ideal, that they are giving to the licensor itself an area where the licensor can define how it would look like. For example, that all the Lamborghinis are going to be in a Lamborghini area, and that Lamborghini, some intern at Lamborghini is designing that Lamborghini area in the VeVeverse, right? You don't need a team at Marvel to design that. You just need some creative guy, like working student or so, that is designing that. And then you have your official Lambo area where you can do live drops, giveaways and so on, right? I think there's a lot of potential in VeVe still, but it needs to be, let's say, harnessed, right? So that also these user numbers are growing. We see a little bit of stagnant, like, I don't know if this is another bull flag, like here, on the VeVe user growth, but we see that since November 7th, we basically have only one more wallet. Right, so back and forth here, a little bit of probably selling off and others coming in, something like that. right? Non-zero wallets are at 660k, 7480. Now, of that, 600k is permanently offline. So you have about 60,000 yearly users going to the 61k, right? Yeah. Jasper Frank says, do you know Neelam Farouk? Ooh la la. I don't, but is that music? I have to listen to it then. I'm going to do that right now because we're already online since an hour. So guys, make sure to hit the like button right now. We are pumping. Don't be too depressed about OMI. You always have one coin or two that are not performing. We will see. Maybe it will perform later. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Notifications on, and wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in the next video or live stream. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. Good start into the week. Enjoy your coffees. Ciao.